Damn. Holy shit. What a cool boss fight. Defeated Rykard. Easy peasy. Killed your master, dude. Killed your master. What you're gonna do about it? Ooh. It's like we need to fix a couple of things. 15. I have to fix a couple of things. See, this is broken. Good. Perfect. You won't. Oh shit. The coolest thing is it actually goes see. And look at this, it's completely defeated. And this new boss is very nice. So how creepy is this? Rick Cousins is gonna leave, and Patch is gonna leave. Patch, we don't like him because he pushed us off the cliff 4 years ago. I haven't forgiven you, bro. Repair. Okay, so now it's way higher. So that's the 12. I think it's over here. Yes. Now my screen has 2 cracks. And if it's dead. By the way, it's a trick item. There's no use in it. feels great.
Payphone this bar. This guy. Christian. Tells me he wishes he had stones to pick up the phone. Calls kid. Tell him he's sorry. He's a better doctor than he'll ever be. Sprout. He loves him. I had to take off, but something tells me he never got around to making that call.
Didn't. One shot, random, health, bounce, orb. We have two new missions, which are what? I absolutely wanted module. Shit. Bonjour. Okay, good. Got a long list of ex-lover. My apologies. Okay. You tell you I'm insane. Okay, so look, did the behind the scene. Don't blink, it's your boy, welcome to commercial. So then we're having a wonderful day on this 28th July 2005. Today we are going to be making some videos of this little behind the scenes of this gorgeous sunset. So yeah, so some videos I'm going to be doing TikTok live in about like an hour 15. We got 3 videos to do. We just finished season 1 of Lost, which is pretty good because we got 5 left. What else is good? Well, I'm tired, so I don't know. But we just finished streaming for 2 hours, so even though this is a day where we are feeling bad ADHD, tired, we're still killing it. So, as they say in French, super. As they say in Spanish, I don't know. As they say in Italian, I don't know. As they say in any other single language, I love you guys. Love should be love everywhere. Shit, still got. You got a little work to do. Can't feel the sleep, can't fall. You can tell me when it's over. And if I was worth the pain, got a long list of ex-lover. Oh, you'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause I got your bank's place, baby, and I'll write your name. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well. That having a wonderful day on this 28th July 2005. Pretty busy day, pretty cool day. We're gonna see the sunset. Sunset is pretty disappointing. However, we're gonna make the most out of it. So you're gonna hear me babble and babble and babble. But for some reason, you're kind of used to me babbling. Is that a word? No. You have the complex with your words. But I got a bank's place, baby, and I'll write your name. If it's torture, don't say I didn't warn you. Didn't warn ya. Don't do 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 do. What? Cause we're young and we're reckless. choo 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 choo. Dumb Lancashire being. Welcome to our show. Guys, doing well. Says I having a wonderful day on this glorious day of the Lord. I said 28 July 2025. We are kind of tired. Got a big day. It is starting, so let's get this show on the freaking road. You see Ashes of Sunset behind me, which is kind of caca, but hey, this isn't the first caca weather we had, so we are pretty used to caca, which makes us a pro at cac. Today, we have a couple of videos, so let's go with the first one, and it's my love of recap, my love of podcast, but it's very specific kind of podcast. This is why I review show, this is why I recap show, this is why it's fun. So it all started back in 2014. So this is gonna be a long video. So prep yourself, grab a drink, grab your most comfortable seat, and let's have some fun. So I start with the agency, which were 11 years later, and it didn't change. We're starting with the agency, and quickly I'm learning that okay, well, guess what? Those aren't your core worker because every couple of weeks you're switched up, right? Every couple of weeks we are going some places, some other places. It's quite complex. The weather is nice, guys. There's this little breeze. It's really nice. And then, what was I saying? Fuck. Today ADHD is bad, I'm telling you. So we started listening to a lot of things. Now, because we're always on the road, I stop at places like McDonald's for the Wi-Fi. Then I realized just how much show we're missing. And then I discovered some podcasts. I have to say, Bald Move was the way to go for me. Bald Move. I don't remember specifically if that's the name of their show. It was a... Oh my god. I'm fucked. Didn't charge. Oh, god damn it. Sorry guys, my tablet didn't charge. Why do we need a tablet? Well, because we're streaming a game currently. Here, and here. So I kind of need all three of them. However, it's cool because I only have an hour of content to do so. Even though it's not gonna charge plentifully, it's gonna charge. So like I was saying, Bald Move was my go-to. See, what is crazy is back then, we didn't have the law protection for intellectual content. For example, I was able to get all first 13 chapters of Walking Dead for free, right? So I was looking at Walking Dead, I was hearing about Game of Thrones, I was able to get a PDF for Game of Thrones. One show I wasn't able to get, and that show was Breaking Bad. And I was like, holy shit, because there's no written source. Walking Dead is a comic, first of all. Oh man, these was the days. Oh, I miss that time. Game of Thrones had a book. So then you met Aaron and Paul, if I remember correctly. Guys, it's been 10 years, so give me a chance. And no, I don't prepare my videos because this is us talking. When you talk to someone, do you prepare your talk for them? No? Cool. Me neither. So it was just two dudes, and most of the time one of them was more knowledgeable, so he actually read the material, so that was kind of cool. And the other one came in with a fresh start, with a fresh point of view, like I don't know what's gonna happen, which is kind of cool. On a show like Game of Thrones, it's kind of important because one of them knew what was gonna happen. We're just waiting to see it executed. On a show like Walking Dead, where they don't follow the manga at all, or the comics. I'm sorry, manga. It is a bit less important because, like, okay, well, even if I know the source material, they're not gonna follow. So I used to watch this, and why it was such a good show is because I was a guy with no Wi-Fi, with no cable TV. Okay, so I was able to read, I was able to emulate games, listen to radio, but all of the rest, not so much. And it was just nice because I was like, well, I kind of have a way to watch them, kind of have a way to listen to them. Now, what I like about Ball Move was that they didn't really just watch a show. They didn't really just watch a show. Now, the reason why we're talking about this was my entry and the world of review, which is kind of cool. To me, I didn't know what a deep dive was. Once again, I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I didn't do a lot of YouTube. I didn't watch a lot of YouTube. So this was my very first experience. Also, the coolest thing ever is that I had an iPod. So my father wanted me to buy an iPod Touch. Why? Because what should we call it? To FaceTime me. Now, the truth, I was younger. I was 22, 21. At that age, Ink couldn't say no. I had a hard time saying no. I was very submissive, very shy. No, not even my father. I said no. Now I just say no. Fuck you. I'm not gonna do it. But back then, I wouldn't say no. So my father's like, hey, I want you to buy a iPod Touch. You're gonna be able to talk, and I have Wi-Fi, which he didn't think. Most of my phones were Androids. I couldn't transfer file. I couldn't do anything with. And the iPod, I couldn't download movie or audio with. I couldn't download shit. So what I did with the iPod, and the iPod Touch was 32 gigs. 32 gigs. Now you know what I did with the iPod? It was something called, I think it was iPodcast, something like that. It was on iTunes. And I used to download all of the podcasts. So I had 32 gigs of just podcasts. It was Walking Dead. It was Trailer Park Boys. Holy shit, Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. And this is why I got into podcasts, because I had a iPod Touch that I couldn't really use except for podcasts. So I would come in, and it was such a beautiful thing. I would listen to podcasts. Why was that so important? Because again, as a guy, sorry, the phone got too hot, which means I'm not able to record the sunset, which means I'm gonna go inside and get something to cool it down. Be right back. The importance of it was we're gonna be using a turkey patty as a base for cooling the phone down. So the podcasts weren't huge yet. It wasn't a huge thing. It was pre-pandemic. Again, I said 2014. People were discovering podcasts. There was not a lot of them. Ball Move was one of the pioneer what they did. And again, what I liked is that they covered multiple things. They covered Walking Dead. We watched Walking Dead. They covered Game of Thrones. We watched Game of Thrones. They covered Breaking Bad. I couldn't see Breaking Bad. Now, what I really enjoyed with it was they were doing an episode once a week, and they would talk about. And this is by the way, this is why I'm doing it like that, because this is our blueprints. Our blueprints is I'm doing a video right later with ADHD and interest. How I got plenty of interest and I got plenty of blueprints. My blueprints were those guys, and the coolest thing was that they would tell you about the show. This happened, what do you think about it? And, you know, at some point, The Walking Dead it wasn't nice anymore because the boys weren't into it anymore. The show lost quality. They just stopped doing it, which is kind of crazy in itself. I'm going to show you the actual Spotify. Yep. They're still doing some things for sure. No. I should have said yes. Bald Move Prestige, yeah. Bald Mood. Bald Move. It was The Last of Us. I didn't even see that. Fargo, I didn't even see that. House of Dragon, I didn't even see that. Playlist. Okay, let's do playlist. James Baldwin. For my go-to, this is Mad Moves. See, this is insane. This is insane. Bald. Okay, so under podcast, okay. It's looking at Bald Sport, the Bald Pros. I think I'm gonna have to do Walking Dead. I want to give you guys the credit they deserve. I still remember the Craving. See, to me, this was better than The Talking Dead, which was the official podcast. Do it. And at the same time, I didn't have as much access as they did. They took care of everything. Walking Dead, Bald. I actually don't know where it is. It's Bald Move, yeah. There you go. Bald Move. Off the Dragon, King of Jerusalem, Bald Move. Airport, Bald Move. Star Trek. They just decided to do a lot of it. Now it sucks because I don't know where I can actually find the content creator. Bald Move, is that if I do this? Artist maybe. No, I don't know how this works. But yeah, it was a really good. I know what I'm gonna do. Podcast. Podcast player. Yep. Cool. So yeah, so these guys were the blueprints of it all. And what was cool is, again, they would talk about events of the show, so you really felt like watching the show. Now, in my opinion, why this was so good is it was a watch along. So, hey, did you watch the show? We're gonna spoil it for you. You watch the show? You remember when this happened? This is what we thought about it. And I really like that. This is why when we go in, we don't just do a review. Now, if it's a movie, I'll do a review. If it's a series, I'll do a review and recap. So these guys were really behind it. And it's just the reason as to why I love doing recaps. Giving your opinion is having a talk with people. Like right now, a lot of people do it. So there's these guys that are reviewing comics, there's guys that are reviewing manga, there's a dozen. There's these guy that goes in to react to shit. The Try Guy, that was basically the whole thing behind it. There's literal empire behind it. And I just think that this is something that was pioneered by the two guys. And at the same time, this was before podcasts became really popular. So what was cool with it is two random guys could actually make something out of themselves. They didn't have a production company, which they didn't need. And I just miss those days. I just miss it a lot. So this is why we're doing the recap the way we do it. I know, yes, some of you guys will see a review, but I think because, for example, right now we're watching Lost. I think it would be boring if I came in and say, oh, well, you know what, this episode this week was good. That's it. I think it would be boring. Anyway, just wanted to come on here. Shout out to the guys, the blueprints. So I am doing the review the way I'm doing it. Kind of like a genesis, but kind of the lore of behind the ID, behind the context. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the show. This is doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this. This chair's making a lot of noise. Holy shit. On this 28th July 2025, today we're talking about Walking Dead again, and this is part 2 of how it changed everything. So you guys know that this sort of theory changed everything for me, the way I view things. Even the comic in itself made me ask myself questions like, what would I do? Would I kill somebody to sacrifice somebody to save myself? You know, would I do the moral thing? What was moral? What was the good and evil? And then did I have a chance? Did I have a choice if I did the good thing? You know, so all of these things for me were quite important, and this is why we start talking about Walking Dead. Now, the most insane thing is, nowadays you guys know that cable TV doesn't do it anymore. Most show on Netflix are TV series, right? And right now what we're doing is we're watching Lost. Lost is a great show. In Lost, I'm in heaven because it's a great show. There's a lot of content. I get to recap it. I get to review it. So I'm quite excited about that. However, it's not
only like, hey. So I thought about it. It's, you know what? I saw Walking Dead. This is how I felt. And it's weird to me because Walking Dead was for example, today we did a review, right? And it was about the people that are falling from a plane and on a desert island. The principle of survival was there. Okay, we used the moral choice. So, for example, a character like Sawyer keeping the medicine from everybody, just like the savior, and it just blew my mind how much I was comparing it to Walking Dead, and possibly Walking Dead was part of the genesis. Um, I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue why it's such an important show for me. But at the same time, knowing that this is such an important show, there's a reason for it. Maybe because it's applied in a lot of cases, you know? I mean, a show like Lost, which is pretty unique. But then again, if you watch a show like Sopranos, which were kind of air in the same time, um, there's a lot of comparison to be made between Lost and Sopranos. I don't know. I have no clue. Is there a lot of comparison to be made in between Lost and Walking Dead? You would think not, but there is, which is kind of weird in itself. But at the same time, if that's what it is, that's what it is. To me, it's such a beautiful thing because knowing that a show directly impact your critical point of view is amazing. Is amazing. The show Lost, I am so excited. I am so excited because I'm gonna repeat myself, but I've never watched it. I have never watched it. So I come in and I'm like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? Holy shit, what's going on? And then I'm in a second position where I'm like, holy shit, this is what I would do, right? Because I think you put yourself in shows like that, you put yourself in character's shoes, what I would do. This is my strategy. If I was stuck on an island, this is what I would decide. This is who I would follow. This is who I would be loyal to. Is Jack an asshole? Is John an asshole? Is Sawyer a good guy? Is Kate a good guy? There's so many questions, right? But yeah, to me, it's an amazing thing. And what I'm trying to say with this video, because it's a bit weird video, right? I've always seen. So this is kind of like a very negative thing, but at the same time, it feels so good. You always see people that are movie film, and what they're doing is they're gonna see. Oh, phone is too hot. What they're gonna do is they're gonna see a show. Say, yeah, but they did it in another show. It was better. Or if you watch a movie of this movie, they did better, right? And I always found these people like, why even watch it? You're not enjoying yourself. And then I'm putting myself in this position, right? And when you have to generalize things, right? So if this is a situation, what other things are similar to the situation that I felt? And one of them is actually super simple. Political brain rot. So political brain rot happen when you watch German politics. When you watch, when you're so much for a certain party that all you think and all they say is magic to you. Like, oh yeah, you're so right. Oh yeah, this is something I agree with. Give me a sec, I just have to check out something. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do black hole. Black. There you go. No, we didn't unlock it. Okay, that's why. That's why I said we didn't unlock it. I don't have it. To me, it was so kind of important in a lot of cases. Because as much as I love something, but like, for example, we're talking about this with obvious choices. And the obvious choices are what? The obvious choices are... Fuck. I don't know. The obvious choice would be manga. Because I know a lot about manga. And I'm watching. And I watched a lot of manga in my life, right? So you would think that, okay, well, manga is... I'm kind of saturated with. So, for example, I'll be comparing, right? With the brain rot is when you're not able to have a non-biased thought, when you're not able to have a open-minded opinion, because you spend so freaking long thinking that, oh yes, they're right, and then you can be religion brainwashed. Well, not brainwashed, but brain rot, which is even worse. Thinking about it, but yeah, I really think it. For example, you're not allowing good idea from another religion because your religion is the only one. Now, being pious is amazing. Being righteous in your faith is amazing. Following one faith is amazing. Being loyal is amazing. Being blind to it is not good, which is why we call it political brain rots. You're not able to see other perception because they don't follow your perception, which is again a perception led by years of watching something. What we're seeing right now, and this is not gonna get political because fuck it, but what we're seeing right now is a place with dictatorship. A Nord something, I'm not gonna say the name, but a Nord something. What they're doing is they're teaching a certain knowledge in school. Some of that knowledge is true, some of that knowledge is wrong. So then you're teaching the kids, and the kids will grow up, and the kids will grow up and tell their kids, and then their kids will trust their parents, so they'll trust it. And then after 4 or 5 generations, we don't even know the truth. Because the truth is what we said it was. It's not a big problem, it's not a big deal. But when you watch a series, that's kind of it. Did Walking Dead brain rot us into seeing a show like Lost? You know? I don't know, I have no clue. And it sucks because Lost is such a great opportunity. I'm so glad that we get to watch it. I did a couple of videos as to why I'm glad, but long story short, one of the great show. It's a finished show. It's a show that I have never watched, that I never want to watch because again, people said, "Oh, the ending sucks. So what's the point?" And I'm falling in love with the story. It's so fucking good. It's possibly one of the first show that people was binge watching. See, and Lost has this quality to it. I was talking about the golden age of TV. So the golden age of TV series, in my opinion, was 2010, 2005, 2010. Why? Because you had on TV, you had Breaking Bad, you had Game of Thrones, and you had Walking Dead. They were amazing. You know, they were in their prime. But before that, you had what? You had Sopranos, you had Lost, which were also good, you know? So it's such a... But then at the same time, it's kind of normal. You cannot watch a show and completely turn your brain off and say, yeah, I'm just going to take what they're telling me for money. Like, no, I saw this before, and this is what's going to happen, you know? And I really think it's important. I personally think that it has the story. I don't know. Anyway, long enough video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Now, what we're going to do is cooking pasta. Pasta, where are you? I don't know, I've been true. Pasta, it's the truth. Pasta, about you. So, saw a post on Reddit talking about a possible update. Next event. What is it? What's the next one? Recap. Fully motivated. Cooking some, boiling some water. I can see it all. Even if my fan and it'll be great. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I'm tired. Choo 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 choo. Da da da. Boom. Choo 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 choo. Same to you, young hee-haw. Hee-haw.
Jinxie, I'm pissed. Hi guys, number one Jinxie D-Rider Glazer here. Since you put me in the tournament, Kai Cenat, we got beef, bro. So Clash Royale spent all of our Battle Pass money and gave it to Kai Cenat and Amp to do a one-night game night of Clash Royale. Bro, they were giving away free stuff in the shop. There was a free lucky drop box. And then here's codes for 2 banners. All new QR codes for you guys. What up? I take care of you. Also, when did they do this shit for Jinxie? Like, when did he get an offer in the shop? When did he get $1 billion from Supercell in like an official ad campaign? So Jinxie waited all day, made a bracket tournament, and was gonna coach Kai Cenat. I saw him play. He is the worst Clash Royale player I have ever seen in my life, bro. This is no shade or no joke. So Kai and all the Amp people and Jinxie.
Dans le fond, il te chargeait 3 gars pendant 40 heures à 65 de l'heure. C'est abusé, 7800.
All right, 3 words that hurt.
Michou.
Homie, I don't know, she's
Or we need to get. Y'all want to do a tournament? Cause I think I'll be fired, bro. Like if y'all play each other. Echo? Who's echoing? Kai.
Gosh, it might be me. Wait, is it better now?
So go to your account, go to social, and then go to invite friend. That's a yellow button. Click that, and then you copy.
Hey, anybody in the chat want them?
Anybody your account.
Anybody?
That's so sad, bro. Don't think it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 28 July 2025. I want to come on something that's going on around YouTube, TikTok is actually pretty viral right now. And is the beef, not just the beef, I don't feel like it is a beef, but it's a bit of drama between Jinxie and Kai Cenat. So I learned a little bit about it. I'm not a pro. I don't watch Jinxie, nor do I watch Kai Cenat, although I'm sure that they're amazing content creator. But apparently Jinxie did a lot of effort to organize a tournament of Clash Royale, Clash of Clans Battle Royale. I don't know how's it called. Listen, I've learned about it about 10 minutes ago. I'm going to come on here to give my opinion because I do feel like kind of shitty. It sucks because they put in a lot of effort and it was supposed to be the old AMP. So we talk about Agent, we talk about Chris, we talk about Kai, we talk about Phantom. It was supposed to be that, and Jinxie put a lot of effort in, and Jinxie kind of deserved props because, you know, he's been streaming for a while. He's actually quite popular, quite famous. So possibly not on the level of the AMP, but still very close and still very big in the world of streaming. And it kind of sucks because I felt like it was kind of disrespected. He was giving some good advice, getting ignored. They not cancel, but they didn't do the stream with Jinxie, and you can tell that he was hurt, and it's tough for the guy because again, like I'm sure he's a good person, and I'm sure Kai and the AMP are good people, but it felt like they were there for the bag, and it sucks, right? And now what sucks more is that just like Mr. Beast happened with Ava, right? People kind of just looking for a reason to hate on Kai, and then if Jinxie doesn't feel that type of way about this, they all had Clash Royale School, and it was nice, it was dope. And now if there's no beef, and we're making a big story out of it, it sucks. It sucks because both parties did some mistakes. So Jinxie should have said, "Hey, bro, are you down for it? What's your plan?" Right? I feel like there was no talk before. It was like, "Hey, again, let's get this bag. Let's get this bag and do the best we can." Who's wrong in this case? I don't know. It's sort of hard because you feel bad for Jinxie, but again, the AMP boys have been together for years, so they have this crew, and Jinxie's not part of the crew. And again, Jinxie came in with the best of intentions, so I feel like it's a shameful situation. Something that is both of a teaching situation for both of them because they're both young. So there's some positive out of it, but kind of sucks. Kind of like a shitty thing that happened. Anyway. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to back time to our show. So doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 28 July 2005. This is one of my last videos today, so I'm super happy because I can stream. Been feeling like really like streaming lately. Speaking of lately, I've been using a lot ADHD as an excuse. I've been using it as a handicap, I need a crutch. This is why I'm acting this way. This is why I'm talking this way. When I'm talking a lot about the ADHD in a negative fashion. Now, I'm not an advocate for ADHD. However, I advocate for mental health, which is I think is one of the most important. Physical health, you'll cure, you'll heal, you cure, or you'll adapt to the new situation, right? Mental health leaves scars that are very hard to cure. So that being said, I want to come on here and do a small video about the pros of having ADHD. For example, I was watching Lost today, and Lost is again a show that I love, and then it reminded me of Ball Move, which is a podcast that I used to listen to 10 years ago, about Walking Dead and about Lost, and it was just so fantastic. And it's just the amount of, like for example today, supposed to be a bad day because it's a bad ADHD. I have a hard time focusing. However, we were playing Elden Ring and we finished a quest. Like, oh dude, this would be such a good playthrough to do, which is the next one we're gonna do, by the way. Which, if you know what it is, it's a House of Oslo playthrough. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's not a big deal. You don't need to know because it's a fucking huge game. But it just felt good to be like, okay, well, I'm excited about this. I've been excited about streaming again, and it's not the right period because right now is, like I said, is the perfect period for going outside, having some fun. So this is the worst time possible, but I mean, at the same time, I'm pretty happy that this is going on because you're motivated, right? Lately I've been feeling very motivated, very motivated because in my mind, motivation is so hard to pinpoint because it's not quantifiable. You cannot say I'm that much motivated, nor that much. You cannot say that. You can say I'm a little motivated, which makes sense. I'm super motivated, which makes sense. But you cannot say I'm 50% motivated because it doesn't make any sense, right? Now, one of the pros of having ADHD, got a lot to say, right? But then you don't know what video to do, and it's a mood swing, a lot of mood swings. So I'm feeling motivated, and it's thanks to that. Like, I'm feeling motivated to stream again. We're doing videos after videos after videos. I am not asking myself, what should I do today? I'm not asking myself, fuck, I don't feel like doing anything today. There is moments where I have to push myself and say, come on, Ink, fucking work, let's go. Come on, man. I have to give myself a couple of slaps to wake up to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oops, there goes sanity. A little bit of an 8 Mile for you guys. Because we watched Happy Gilmore 2 yesterday. It was yesterday. I can't believe it was yesterday. It seems insane, but it goes fast. So yes, I'm feeling very motivated because I have a lot of things. I have some ideas. For example, the idea for the playthrough that came up, I wasn't something that I was planning. It was just something that just happened. I was like, holy shit, that's a good idea, right? And this is crazy because we talk about motivation. So Elden Ring is about 80 hours, 90 hours, 100 hours games. So when you have an idea, like, holy shit, this is the next hours of my life, 100 hours of my life, right? But you feel motivated. And again, one of the pros of ADHD is the number of interests that I have. Like, I'll give up on things, but I'll also pick up on things. And you hyperfixate. Now, a lot of people will see that's a negative. So what does it mean? So you're going to have a new interest, a new hobby. And you're hyperfixated for a couple of days. And for a couple of weeks, this is the coolest shit you could have done. You spend your night, days, morning thinking about that. You spend all of your waking time doing it. And you're like, holy shit, this is so cool. And I'm so happy about that. However, after a month or two, you'll give it up because all the passion died down and whatever it is. Like I said, making content is the thing that I've done the most in my life. I've been doing this for 4 years. Now, I've had a job for more than that, of course. But it's in the mindset where it's a need and not a want, you know? I need to work. So I don't want, we give up on everything. We give up on check, give up on karate, we gave up on swimming, we gave up on baseball, we gave up on multi-level marketing, MLM, which is a good thing, thank God. But we gave up on everything, you know? And that's a shame. It's really a shame. And then for content, it's a new fixation. And I feel like this is why. Because we're able to see such amount of things. For example, I was reacting to Mr. Beast animation yesterday, and I saw a video of First We Feast with Elijah Wood, which is Frodon from Lord of the Ring, if you needed to introduction. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I feel like if I didn't have it, I'm not saying that you don't have ADHD, you can't be interested in things, but our circle or our zone of comfort is so well. Like, people asking me, how are you so not shy? You go in public and you film, how do you do it? And I'll be honest, most of the time I don't even realize it. Like, for example, I did a video last week for the concert, and I was filming. I was the only guy that was filming there, which is cool. Cool because I don't have competition, But at the same time, people started looking at me. I'm like, holy shit, they're looking at me, right? But the truth is, they've been looking at me for a while. I just don't realize it, you know. There's pros of ADHD. They say it is fault to be wise when ignorance is bliss, which is amazing potatoes. But yeah, I'm feeling very motivated. There's a lot of pros to having ADHD. There's never a boring day, you know. And technically speaking, my life should be boring because I spend most of my time inside. I spend most of my time working. It should be boring, right? But we like what we're doing, so at the same time, it feels good. You know, it feels good. Anyway, just wanted to come on here, be a bit positive because I feel like everything deserves positivity, and if it is something that you want to do, you should do it. And that's the end all be all of life. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Here's to another 4 or 5 years of making content, and then deciding that we're gonna be doing this for another 10 years. And before we know it, it's been 40 years we're doing that, which would make me 68. Imagine. God damn. Okay, so now, what is next, baby? Walking Dead. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to our show. Because we're doing more because I'm having a wonderful day on this 28th July 25. Pretty funny video that we're doing right now. This is the problem. When you're wearing your glasses for a long time, you realize just how shitty your vision is. Like, oh, I need to wear them. But then you don't wear them. You're like, no, I don't need them, you know? I don't know how that works. This is kind of like a funny video to do. I wanted to come back on the first episode of the recap of Lost. We spent 45 minutes talking about the episode, which was 45, which means that if we're going at that pace, it's going to take me 88 hours to review Lost. Now, I want to come on here to just acknowledge that fact. Yes, it's a long video. Yes, I've talked a lot. But at the same time, to me, it's so fucking funny because it's a good show because I like what I'm doing, you know. And did I think it was gonna be 45 minutes? No, but at the same time, I think it's pretty funny. And I gotta say, Lost is, and I feel like this is the most important thing. There's a lot of pressure in doing a recap of Lost, because it's a show that's amazing that I haven't watched. It's a show that I think could be something big that I could do, and I'm just so excited. So yes, it's gonna take more time. Now, personally speaking, do I care if the playlist or if the complete recap of Lost is 88 100 hours? I don't care. I don't care. We have time. For the next 2 weeks, the show is on Netflix, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm watching the show 7 hours a day. So 7 hours times 14 is 98, right? Which is 10 hours more than what we need. Holy shit. Yeah, but no, because we're doing 1.5. So that every single episode is 30 minutes. There is 150 episode. 150 divided by 2 is 75. It's 75 hours. So that's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not so bad. Which means it's 10, 11 days of 7 hours. We're already finished with season 1. So we're a fifth of it. And it just comes as a surprise. I haven't been down to watch a show like that in a while. And I'll be honest, would I have started if I knew it was so long? Possibly not. I just jumped in, I just dive in. So yes, the first episode of the recap is long. Chances are, everything is gonna be long. I wish I would be sorry about it, but I'm not. That's just the way it goes, that's just the way it is. And here's to 88 more episodes. Here's to 149 more episodes. 149, holy shit, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's such a pleasure, though. It's such a pleasure to be doing this. I love recap. I love making recaps. Most of the time, I feel like I'm forcing myself to do a recap. I watched this show yesterday, which was Piece to Piece Animation. And you can tell in the reaction that I'm not down for it. So I forced myself to it because I was like, yo, this was dropped 5 hours ago. I want to react to it, you know? It's, I feel like I'm forcing myself to watch a lot of shows. Zom 100 was great. I had a lot of fun watching Zom 100. But what was the show before that? The show before that was Trailer Park Boys, which we did. We watched freaking 20 times. Kenny vs. Penny, which we watched 20 times. You know? Then I wanted to do Jersey Shore, but Jersey Shore could be so hard to recap. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So Lost is the perfect option. And also, there's kind of like a thrill to it. The fact that you don't have that much time left. The fact that you're not sure if, am I going to be able to do it? Guys, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. There's kind of a thrill to it. I want to be in a position where I'm stressed. Because I perform well. I possibly perform horribly. And I'm in denial, but I think I perform well under pressure. So let's put some pressure, isn't it? Anyway, long story short, we're fucking excited. Long story short, cannot wait to continue with the review tomorrow. Because tonight, I'm going to do a TikTok live, and that's pretty much it for us. Then we're going to be streaming from 9:30 to possibly 3 a.m. Which we've done 2 times already. So at 9:30, 9:45, let's say 9:45, I have my TikTok battles. They last an hour and a half, which gives us 11 o'clock. And then I play till I'm falling asleep, which is 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to figure out why the ramen be cooking so low. So slow. I love you, ramen.
He's single. Anybody in the chat room?
Ah, bro, normalement. Normalement, je dormirais dans un chiffre. Mais je me suis fait offrir l'hôtel avec la vie rapide, luxueuse.